In this exercise video, we're going to be going through a neck strengthening exercise on hands and knees. So we're going to be in quadruped, which means hands and knees, and we're going to be working on a cervical retraction, chin tuck, and rotation. This is great for building up strength and stability in the head and neck, as well as working on motor control to move in a proper posture. This is great for people who have headaches, neck pain, upper back pain, shoulder pain, and potentially numbness and tingling down the arm. So first thing you got to do, get yourself into hands and knees position with your knees directly underneath your hips and wrists directly underneath your shoulders. And then we want to find a neutral spine position. So we don't want to be here and we don't want to be here. We want to find in between that. So do a few cat-cows, full range, and then make them progressively smaller until you've reached somewhere in between. Now we have a relatively neutral flat spine position with this small bit of arch here is what we're looking for neutral. Then from here, I want you to lightly engage your core, gently pull that lower belly button in towards the spine, and then I want you to gently press away from the floor. So don't let your shoulder blades be saggy. You need to gently press your chest away from the floor. This should create a very stable surface through your torso. Then from here, we're going to gently pull our head back, trying to get it in line with the rest of our torso. It's almost like you're bringing your face away from, let's say a candle was here, you're bringing your face away from the flame. So once we have our retraction, we're going to gently just make sure our chin is tucked. So our face should be square to the floor in front of us. So there should be a little bit of like a double chin going on. And then from here, keeping this retraction and chin tuck position, you're going to gently start to rotate your head up and then back to neutral and then across, back to neutral. You want to make sure that as you're rotating, your head is staying in that retracted chin tuck position. So you may not be able to get as far as if you just looked up without it, because we're making sure we are not compensating with this exercise. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that position. So pull back, chin tuck, rotate, and make sure you look with your eyes the direction you're trying to rotate, and then slowly back and then across the other way. So showing you from the front side here, we're going to make sure we bring our chin tucked under, pulled back, rotating. So there should be one pivot point through the top of my head, back down, and then across. So you want to make sure that it's very isolated motion. What you also want to avoid is letting your shoulders creep up towards your ears in this position as you're rotating especially. So you want to make sure as you're here, we keep those shoulder blades kind of pinched down and don't let them drift up like this. And we want to make sure that when we're looking up, we're not going to be doing this type of motion. So when you're in hands and knees, you shouldn't end up looking like this. Your head needs to stay in line, like there was a broomstick behind your back, preventing you from going into extension. And then we also don't want to overcompensate by bringing down here. This is not what we want. We want to think in line with your spine throughout the whole motion. If you're doing this correctly, it will be harder to talk to do this. So you want to make sure you kind of keep that jaw closed in a comfortable neutral resting position. So your mouth shouldn't be open. You want to keep it closed when you do this exercise. So it's a little harder to demonstrate while I'm talking. But this is a great one to work on building up that strength. We can add resistance to it in the future if you are getting better and need a little bit more resistance. But this is a great baseline exercise.